All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
And welcome back to the X Zone, everyone. My name is Rob McConnell, and for the next 2 hours, I'm your host and your guide as together we cross the time-space continuum to this place that I call the X Zone. It's a place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. It's a place where fact is fiction, and fiction at times is reality. And the X Zone comes to you Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. until midnight, right here on the X Zone Broadcast Network and on your hometown radio, Classic 1220, and streamed around the world on classic1220.ca. The April edition of the X Chronicles is out and available for each and every one of you to read with our compliments at www.xchronicles.net. That's XCHRONICLES.net. You know, St. Catharines is a very friendly place, X Zone Nation. We're here in Niagara, we're about 15 minutes away from the Niagara Falls, and, well, you can say 15 minutes crossing into the United States at Niagara Falls, or 25 minutes crossing into Buffalo from Fort Erie. And the other day I was out having a coffee with a friend of mine, and we were at a local coffee shop. And this gentleman came up to me and gave me his card. And the card is very plain. It says, Rick SPICER for Prime Minister. And it says, please watch. If you like, tell your friends. And it's the address of his YouTube channel, which is Rick SPICER. And I spoke to Rick a couple of days ago. And in the past, we've had members of Congress who were in the United States who were running for Congress. We've had people who were running for Senate in the United States. We've had the Green Party here in Canada. We've had politicians here on the show, as well as presidential candidates. So after talking to Rick, I figured that, you know what, here's a man who is not satisfied with the way things are being run in this country. And he's not just, he's just not talking about it. He's actually doing something. Here you've got a Canadian who lives here in St. Catharines, Ontario, who basically says, you know what? I'm going to do something about it. I am going to run for Prime Minister of Canada. It takes a lot of courage and conviction to do what Rick SPICER is doing. And that is why I decided to bring him on the show tonight, to let you people, the Canadians that listen to us on the X Zone Broadcast Network and our affiliated stations, as well as our American friends and other people around the world, that there are people who are willing to put themselves up front to make a positive change. And Rick doesn't want to make a positive change for himself. Well, he does. But his main goal is to make this a better Canada. Hats off to Rick SPICER, and joining me now from St. Catharines is Rick SPICER. And Rick, welcome to the X Zone.
Hello, Rob McConnell. How are you? And listeners.
I'm doing pretty good, Rick. Tell our listeners a little bit about yourself.
I owe a debt to 11 children, and I've devoted my life to paying that debt. And the choice and the satisfaction of that debt is just choosing right or wrong. Mm-hmm. And basically this is what it is back in the 60s, they were researching how to do open heart surgery better. And if you've had heart surgery, you owe these 11 kids. Mm-hmm. But 13 kids went in. Yeah. Dr. Fowler from Toronto Sick Kids Hospital, and 11 kids died, and 2 lived, and I'm one
Oh
of the
my
2
gosh.
that lived. So I feel like I owe those 11 kids. So I just thought I would try to create jobs. So I'm an inventor, but like today I put on the my YouTube channel a walking wheelchair that uses no power source, and I put it on there for the world to have to see. And if you want to see if I can design good stuff, but it doesn't use a battery or nothing, and if it makes the world a better place or creates jobs. I just thought like that way people can see like I do think things differently and from a different angle. But it's all about paying those kids back.
I think that you're a person who thinks outside the box.
So I definitely do.
Yeah. Now, Rick, when was it that you decided that you wanted to make a positive change in this country? You wanted to make a change that will affect every Canadian financially, job-wise, as well as bringing out, what did we call it? Allowing Canadians to have access to the paperwork that at times seems to be behind the curtain here in Canada. When did you decide that?
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah. When did you decide,
Sorry
Rick,
about
that you wanted to be Prime Minister?
I would say about a month or 2 ago, I heard some people complaining, and like, there's no resolution. It was a private complaint, so I can't share what the heck it was. That would be rude.
Oh,
but I just thought,
I
like,
understand.
how hard is it?
Mm-hmm.
Go get the paperwork, and like, it's just maddening, them not bothering, people not being able to get paperwork sometimes affects their life,
Mm-hmm.
how much they earn, whether they can move ahead.
So, once you made up the decision to that you were going to run for the Prime Minister of Canada, how do you intend to do this? Are you running as an independent? Do you have your own independent party? Because it's the according to what I understand, you need a party in order to become Prime Minister. That it's the party that gets you in. So how are you going to form your own party? Are you going to become an independent for an existing party?
No, I am not interested in any of the parties that claim that they're parties.
Okay.
What kind of party? All I see is bills.
Okay. So how are you going to? How are you going to go ahead?
This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to count on you guys in order to back me. And if we have to put a party together, we will. But really what I'm doing is standing up for the kids to have a better Canada. If we don't do it with just paperwork and voting, they're going to have to do it with a lot of different things. And it's just not that hard. We're really, my plan is gas at 80 cents, diesel at 60, tractors affordable. I don't understand why tractors are so expensive. The farmers are enslaved, but I'm going to need the people to back me. And I'm not sure what word or what it is, but I just don't think that there's a lot of people that are not willing to stand up for their kids. That's really all I'm asking you. I'm not
Right.
I don't want to be famous. I'm not asking you to even stand up for me.
Right.
I'm just asking you to stand up for your kid.
But in order to stand up for the kids, wouldn't it make sense to also get the parents involved? Because, it's great to have the kids involved, but right now the kids aren't the workforce that is making Canada great.
I want the parents.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I believe in a foundation. If we build a good foundation, we're able to build a better country. And if the kids are stressed to death, then they can't do that. But no, I want the adults vote. I mean it from that's our job as older people. It's our job to prepare a foundation for the youth to move forward on, not a big hole and a big debt. How can you build in a hole?
Exo Nation, our guest this hour is Rick SPICER, and he is here in St. Catharines, Ontario, and he's running for Prime Minister of Canada. And he's got a YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is Rick SPICER, and that's RickSpicer. Rick, on the back of your card, you have a number of points here. Let me see. One of the things you have here is make them put it in writing. I did.
Yeah, you notice on the back of that card, it's in writing, and I've got it on my YouTube channel. I put it in video, gas 80 cents, diesel 60. You don't have gas. Hey, what's your plan? like I have it in writing. Electricity in 90% of the homes for free, but I don't mean on endless electricity. I mean survivable, so that they have heat and food and edible throughout the year. Stuff like that.
Now,
Free job.
right, the price of diesel at 68 cents a liter and gas at 88 cents a liter. Man, I know everybody that I know would be super happy with those prices. But how are you going to take it from right now in St. Catharines, it's $1.59 a liter. How are you going to bring it from $1.59 to 88 cents or 80 cents a liter?
Well, 80 cents for gas and 60 for diesel. And I base that on the last study that the government of Canada did on gas and diesel. They stated for the next 20 years that the price should not go over this, and anything over 80 and 60, and even at 80 and 60 is allowed for a 20-cent buffer zone.
Right.
And so, like on their own paperwork, I don't have it in front of me, same as you, like you only can take in so much news. But like, they're the people that said it, so like there's no excuse to have it any higher. And I, if I may ask you a question,
sure.
Why is it so high?
Well, I understand that there is a carbon tax now. I understand that there's a federal government who takes a percentage of the gas tax, and there's the provincial government as well.
But as a human being, do you think that it's do you think it's in the right zone?
Based on the world economy, yeah. Look what they're paying in the United States. They're paying a lot more than we are.
I don't disagree with that, but if you look up the contracts with how much we pay for a barrel, the government of Canada signed a contract with two foreign governments where for the next, I think we're already 5 years into the contract, but they only pay $20 a barrel for another 15 years. It was a 20-year contract.
Right.
So it's just Canadians that are paying that much a barrel.
Well, yes, but
the other guys are paying $20 a barrel.
Yes, but that is crude oil. It has to be refined, and there is costs of refining. There's cost of distribution. There's cost of transport. There's cost of the.
Don't disagree with you.
Yeah, so.
I don't disagree with you. But if the other guys can do it, I don't see why we can't do the exact same. And if we're selling something, why are we? If you're working in a restaurant, are you charging you more for the food or the customer?
I'm sorry, I don't understand that.
If let's say you own a restaurant,
okay.
And you decide to have lunch, how much do you charge you?
Well, how I would do it?
Cost.
Yeah, cost. Well,
basically, you pay the cost. Okay, so if we're able to sell fuel, raw oil, at $20 a barrel to somebody else, and we pay like $120 or whatever a barrel, or $80 a barrel, whatever it fluctuates at the time in the market.
Rick, stand by. We've got to take our first break.
Shouldn't it be the other way?
Rick, stand by. We've got to take our first break, so please stand by. Exo Nation, Rick Spicer's Rick Spicer is our guest this hour. He's running for Prime Minister of Canada here in St. Catharines, and if you'd like to find out more about Rick, visit his YouTube channel, Rick Spicer, and that's it. We'll be back. Don't go away.
I'm looking through you. Where did you go? I thought I knew you. What did I know? You don't look different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you. You're not the same. Your lips are moving. I cannot hear.
Welcome back. I'm Rob McConnell. This is the X Zone. We're coming to you on the X Zone Broadcast Network and on your hometown radio, Classic 1220, and streamed around the world on classic1220.ca. Rick Spicer is our special guest this hour. He is a resident of St. Catharines, Ontario, and he is running for Prime Minister of Canada. His YouTube channel is Rick Spicer. Rick, we were talking about the cost of gas, and as you pointed out, that the price of gas is bought per barrel, and right now we're paying $1.59 a liter, and that was earlier today. I don't know what the cost is right now, and you Is this a campaign promise you're making that if elected, you will bring the gas down to 80 cents a liter?
I guarantee the Canadian people will demand it. It's not a maybe. There's absolutely no reason. And I'm not against other countries and all that. I'm just saying set the barrel price equal. It's the same for them and the same for us. If it's $20 a barrel for them, it's $20 a barrel for us. And if it's $60 a barrel, then it works out as far as a balance, then it's $60 a barrel. But just make it even. Just make it fair.
Okay, so go on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Rick.
I just was going to say a couple of things, and that is, I'm not against the other guys. I'm not like, I hate those people, they're terrible. I'm this. If you can get the other guy to do what you want, support him. Get his back. Get him to do his best, because he can't do anything unless you got their back. But they're not doing it, okay? So, and there's no answer or whatever. And the second thing is, my YouTube channel is set up for people that are suffering or waiting in a waiting line. But through my heart surgery stuff, I spent 3 years solid in the hospital, like broke up here and there.
Wow.
Like they took my heart out 3 times, put it back in. So I've seen some people waiting in waiting rooms and stressed, and then mechanics or car mechanics. I see people waiting a lot and stressed to heck. So my channel is set up for 1 minute to 3 minute videos, a little bit of comedy or thought to distract you while you're going through some crap in your life. So it's not set up to be prime minister. But the difference is this. If you can watch 250 videos of Trudeau, Bouvier, or anybody, you see if you feel any comfort with them or feel their personality. But if you go watch my stuff and you just listen to my funny stuff and you realize it's a comedy stuff, that stuff, then you'll get a flavor of who the heck I am. You'll be able to connect with me.
All right. So let us say hypothetically you are elected. Hypothetically.
Okay.
What would be your first order of business as the new prime minister?
Gas. First day. As soon as the people give me the power to do it, we'll do it. Because, like, the first day when I'm in, I'll have the title. But then I need the people. We're going to do a vote right across Canada, and we're going to ask the people, what price do you want gas? The people are going to vote, and it's a country that goes by vote.
But
we're
Rick,
going to have to set the price by that.
But Rick,
whether they like it or not.
But Rick, the provincial government is also involved in the pricing of gas.
Yeah, but people keep forgetting. The government are your employees. If you own a burger shop, a sewing machine shop, a upholstery shop, a radio shop, when you got an employee that doesn't do their job, you fire their butt. And you don't have no responsibility to them. The next guy that you're hiring, if the next guy that wants to be hired is pissed that you're hiring the other guy, he's got no say on who you hire. He doesn't have any power in the company or whatever. So don't listen to their crap. They've got lawyers all lined up with questions that if you agree with them, you're wrong. If you disagree with them, you're wrong. Or if you're undecisive, you're still wrong.
No, Rick,
the questions and the stuff that they have written down, you're going to be wrong.
Rick, what I was saying is that as the prime minister, you can do certain things, but when it comes to the provincial legislation and provincial laws, you have no authority.
I don't disagree, but the people do. You do. People forget that. They're your employees.
Yes,
they work for you.
Right, and they were voted in based on the majority of the votes that they received. And you just can't go in and kick the government out. You have to wait until their term is over or there is a vote of non-confidence. You just can't say, all right, Mr.
But
Ford.
The people don't have to wait to die before they look for help.
Well, I agree with that. But there is ways of doing it that have been, legislated based on what the majority of Canadians and Ontarians want. Like the Prime Minister of Canada.
The people that are getting all your money.
The Prime Minister of Canada cannot go into the province of Alberta and tell the province what to do.
Don't disagree. But the people can. They're their employees. They're not your boss. The people that are in the government are not your boss. They're your employees. People just keep... I'm not sure why people don't understand that. However...
Okay.
We'll be doing it by the way the people want. This isn't about me. It's the people want things affordable. It's just the cost of stuff is absolutely crazy. There's no choice. You got no say, and people just want to be heard. Like get a hold of Mr. Trudeau or Mr. Bouvier or Singh and start talking to them. the answer is you ain't getting through. Okay.
But what
Unless
about
you're really important or something like that, you might. But that's about it.
what
the
about
average person's
you
not
know,
getting through.
as prime minister, you'll be up against the manufacturing industries, the industrial industries. You'll be up against unions. How are you going to deal with that?
I'm going to create jobs for them, and I think they're going to really appreciate it. I'm an inventor. I have 112 inventions already.
Are they all patented?
Done, from free electricity, from wheelchairs to bicycles to foods. I even in one of my books I released free electricity for third world countries. So like if it's not necessarily needed in Canada, but like say you're somewhere that needs it, like there's different ways. I have some tremendous inventions that will make us a whole ton of money. Like right now in Canada, we produce something that I can only find the facts up to about $3 trillion, but I think it's way more than that. But like you mentioned before, you're not really allowed into the paperwork. But I think we built it, we hire and we pay the people to maintain it. I just think we should charge for it. And right now we give it away for free. And that's one way. That's $3 to $8 trillion back into our pockets is one way to help.
You said that, excuse me, your inventions could make a ton of money, right?
Yeah, yes, without any doubt. Like I have many fans for my inventions, but I'm an inventor.
Right.
I'm not a manufacturer guy.
Okay, so with your inventions, are they all patented?
No, I'm an inventor. I spend all my money in making the next thing.
Oh, I see.
Like I make something, I prove it, I make sure it works. I might use it for half a year or a year or whatever, and then I improve it even better because it's great that it works, but it has to be manufacturable. If it's not manufacturable, it's no use.
So as an inventor, wouldn't it be possible for you to invent something that would be able to allow the consumers and the Canadians to get more miles or kilometers per gallon of gas?
Without a doubt. I'm not going to share it with anybody because it's an extremely difficult thing. But I spent 20 years on developing it's a wheel that goes on a car, and you put one on each side, and the electric motor propels the car forward. But the wheel is designed where it constantly falls downhill, so it propels the car forward with only the weight of the car itself propelling the car forward.
Right.
So the electric battery and electric motor, the battery you need is just a normal car battery.
Right.
And the electric motor only chooses forward or backwards or assist on like high hills and stuff like that. Like my inventions, one time I had a welding shop and I ran it for 2 years. My electrical bill was $55 because that's what the minimum was, and it has electricity hooked up. The mayor of St. Catharines invited me down, and he introduced me to some people from out of the country, and they wanted to go forward with one of my that electrical invention and that. So like at the very next day, OPEC called me, and I still got the phone if somebody wants to research blah 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 or whatever. But you know how good your invention has to be for the mayor of St. Catharines from many years ago, and the mayor of Niagara Falls from many years ago to be your fan, and then for the next day OPEC to call you. You know how good your stuff has to be for OPEC to call you?
What did OPEC want?
I had an invention that created electricity. Ran it for 2 years.
Okay, so why did OPEC
They wanted to buy it off me.
Why wouldn't you
and
sell
they were
it?
honest with me. They were honest with me. They said they wanted to buy it at the shelf. But
wait a sec.
Like,
no, hold on here.
Australia.
Whoa, hold on. As an inventor, you're a business person. Yep. Why wouldn't you sell it?
No, I'm an inventor.
Okay, so
I'm an inventor.
So why wouldn't you sell it to OPEC? If they were,
because they were honest with me, they said that they wanted to shelf it.
All right, let me try and ask this question in a different way. Were they offering you a good amount of money?
No, it was a fart in a windstorm.
Okay.
It was like nothing. However, that product is available. as any good invention, and with so many people on the earth, there's many inventors working on the same thing that
Right.
don't even know anybody or the other stuff. In Australia, and the only reason it got out is the University of Australia, University in Melbourne, I believe it was. They ended up being partners with these two gentlemen that invented the same thing down in Australia. So they actually manufacture a very similar thing in Australia that's available for sale. It's pretty cool. Like, I was pretty excited. Like, I've got many inventions that I've invented years ago that have come out to the market by other people. And I was like, at least I know that my stuff's sellable. You know what I mean?
But as an inventor, wouldn't you like to make some money off your inventions?
I would, except for I haven't met people that I've trusted properly. And I've, I've had a pain in the ass pain in the butt in order to
thank you.
get that. I've had a gentleman work with me for 3 years that was a bank assessor, that he really believed in my stuff. And we went to meetings and meetings and meetings. And one guy would ask you about one thing, and then he'd say, man, if you only brought more stuff, I'd be interested, but I'm not interested in one thing. And then you say, well, I have other stuff. Well, I'm not interested. And then the next guy, you'd present a couple things, and he'd say, man, if you only focus on one thing, you're too unfocused, blah, blah, I'm not interested. And we did 3 years of that crap.
All right, stand
Finally,
by,
he says,
Rick.
I'm going to lose my head.
Rick, we've got to take our second break. Please stand by. Exo Nation, Rick Spicer is our special guest. Visit his YouTube channel, Rick Spicer. That's RickSpicer. And Rick and I will be back on the other side of the short break as the X Zone continues with yours truly, Rob McConnell, on the X Zone Broadcast Network and on your hometown radio, Classic 1220. Streamed around the world on classic1220.ca. Don't go away.
I knew you. What did I know? You don't look different, but you have changed. I'm looking through you. You're not the same. Your lips are moving. I cannot hear. Your voice is soothing, but the words aren't clear. You don't. And the sign said, long-haired freaky people need not apply. So I tucked my hair up under my hat and I went in to ask him why. He said, you look like a fine, upstanding young man. I think you do. So I took off my hat. I said, imagine that. Me working for you. Whoa, sign, sign, everywhere a sign. Blocking out the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the sign?
Rick Spicer is my special guest this hour, Exo Nation. He is running for Prime Minister of Canada. He is in St. Catharines, Ontario, the same place that we are broadcasting from on your hometown radio, Classic 1220, and streaming around the world on classic1220.ca. This is hour one of tonight's show. In hour two, what a great guest we have coming on. We're going to be talking about UFOs, things that go bump in the night, and much, much more. The X Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell, Monday through Friday from 10 p.m. Eastern until midnight. As I said, right here on your hometown radio, Classic 1220, and streamed at 1220.ca. Rick, you're an inventor.
Yes,
You're a father.
I am.
You got a heart of gold.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
You're stepping up onto your orange crate. And you're not afraid to
I am.
And you're not afraid to face the big guys with the deep pockets.
Actually, their deep pockets is your money.
Well, I wasn't talking about the politicians here. I was talking about the industrialists. I was talking about the...
Oh, I'm going to help those guys. So we're going to make some money. We're going to remove, there's some fines that are happening to them that we're going to remove. We're going to make profits up for them. I can say, if you don't mind, may I read the back of that card? Or do you
Sure.
want it?
No, go right ahead, Rick.
Okay. The back of the card says, if there's anyone else, choose them if you believe in them. Make them put it in writing. I did. And there's no wage for me. I'm not after any wage. Free electricity to 90% of the homes in Canada. A phone line to 90% of the homes in Canada, the same ones. Diesel, 60 cents. Gas, 80 cents. And the fisherman problem out there, we're going to get that solved in 60 to 90 days after that. How long do they got to wait? Profits up, costs down. And the bottom one says, let more friends and family. No, that's not what it says. My eyes are small. But anyways, let your friends and family know. If you believe in it,
Okay.
believe in it.
All right, I have a couple of questions here for you, based on what's on the back of your card, okay? You're saying that you're not going to accept a wage as Prime Minister of Canada, right?
Or the House.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about the wage first. What about the other members of Parliament? What about the parliamentarians? What about the Senate? What about the Governor General of Canada?
If they want to continue to gouge and chew and rob the people, that would really be on their honor and heart, and the people themselves of Canada will be judging them on that. If people can't afford food, there's people in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada, right now, kids going to school without food, and when they get home, there's no food. Granted, I only know 50% of the story, and I am looking into more, but the fact that it's even
But Rick,
is sad.
Rick, that's the provincial government's issue, not the federal government.
Well, no, actually, it's all of our adults' issue. If a kid is down,
right?
our
But
adults,
right, I understand that.
problem
But,
to
but
do.
I understand that, Rick. But when it comes to education, social services, that's provincial. It has nothing to do with the federal government.
I guess if I can make the food costs go down to a quarter, I think that they may be able to afford more.
Okay.
I think the food cost is way the heck out of it. If we can make tractors in Canada like we always did, right now a tractor for a guy that's producing something big enough for us is like $1 million tractor. Like the guy's in debt to his knuckles, or lady is in debt to their knuckles in order to provide food for us. Like, why don't we provide them with a fat tractor that's affordable?
Well, so are students who are going to school.
Down.
So are students who are going to school to be doctors, lawyers, to make this a better country and a better province.
Yeah, thank goodness for them.
Yeah, but so how are you going to help them?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that well.
I said, you're all for the farmer, but what about the students who are doing so much to make this a better country?
I'm counting on them, because
they're
once us adults set it better, they're the ones that will have the reins to keep it better.
But they're the ones who also carry a big debt load.
Yeah, and they shouldn't. I myself, as an inventor, I see things that are maybe somebody else doesn't see. I pay attention to things. I see projects that happen that people don't see, unnecessary costs that people don't see, because like you're busy doing what you're doing, and like
sure.
As human beings, everybody has a specialty, and that's how we solve problems together.
Yeah.
You know the left side, I know the right side. Bob knows the middle. Karen knows the front. Sarah knows the side. Andrea knows the other side. And together we're a team, and we're able to solve stuff.
But Rick,
I myself don't plan on going in there and solving anything. I plan on putting together a team.
But you're the prime minister. You're the prime minister. You're the guy who's steering the ship. You're the guy who's steering the ship.
Sorry?
You're the guy who's steering the ship. So it's nice to give the farmers all these break, but what about the students who come out of university and they have a heavy debt load?
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not making it clear. I'm really for any human being in Canada. I'm not like a farmer-specific person, a truck-specific person.
It's because you were talking about
specific person.
Yeah,
my idea is, I think if we can reduce the debt, there's no reason for the debt to be anywhere near what it is. I think I can get probably within 2 years, I can have our debt cut in half on what our expenditures are at this moment in time. There's certain things that people don't see that's going on.
Like what?
If you don't see it, you walk by it.
Like
you know
what,
what
Rick?
I mean? It's not that they're ignorant or anything. it's not within their sight.
But
And
what
if
are
I
you
can
talking
point it
about,
out
Rick?
to them, we can fix it.
What are you talking about when you're saying that they're walking by and they're not seeing it?
I'm saying there's a whole lot of charges and bills and costs and inferred costs and expenses that is unexplained, and the people now and the children coming out of the university, the young people that are being the doctors and lawyers, it's an unnecessary debt that's put onto them, and it's our responsibility. If it's a bull crap expense, it's our responsibility to stop it, not to sit back and say, boy, I hope the kids catch that.
As the Prime Minister, you want to cut costs, right? And you want to keep money.
We'll cut costs. Well, I've got good inventions for the stuff that will.
Oh, okay. Well, inventions are one thing. Policy is another.
Yeah.
And I'd like to talk about the policies right now, because right here in Ontario, we're suffering from a weakened health program. We're suffering from a housing issue. We're suffering from.
Yes, I've helped a ton of people like that.
Okay, so. What would you do as Prime Minister when it comes to the immigration issue?
First of all, can I address the homeless issue?
Yeah, sure.
The homeless themselves, I want them home. There's absolutely no reason for them not to have a home. We have enough money that we're expending on other stuff that's completely unnecessary. And let's even narrow it down to the thing that we're giving away that we can charge for. Even that little bit of money will put them in homes. There's no reason for them to be homeless. We're Canada, for crying out loud. We got snow on the ground. We got humans out in the snow. Like, come on. That's animalistic. It's not right.
Okay, but once again, homeless is a provincial matter. It's not a federal matter.
It's a people matter. Why is it divided by?
Well, because
by some name. It's a people matter.
But you can't change history, Rick. I appreciate.
Can't we make the next page better?
Rick, we have a provincial government. We have a federal government. We have a municipal government. We have a regional government. Okay, each level of government has their own responsibilities, and they have their own things that they're responsible for. For example, the homeless issue here in Ontario, and God knows it's rampant, is the responsibility of Mr. Doug Ford and his government.
Yes.
Okay, so how can you, as the Prime Minister of Canada, who has no jurisdiction in the housing issues in the province of Ontario, make a change?
First of all, although I'm steering the ship, we all agree it's a ship.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Because you brought that up, right?
Yeah.
So, as a captain of the ship, you expect me to steer it in the proper direction. And he is one of the shipmates.
No, he's not.
The people also. He's part of the government of Canada.
No, he's not. He's the government of Ontario. He is the government of Ontario. He does not.
I don't disagree with that, but government is government.
No, Rick, it's
Why
not.
Is there, I don't know. I must admit, the people employ these people. The people employ these people. These are your employees. We don't have to take any of their crap. They do what they're supposed to do what we tell them. They're our employees. If you had a bakery and the guy kept making shelves for books, you'd fire them. You got a guy right now that's making shelves for books. And everybody's going, well, how are you going to fix it? Well, how am I going to fix it? Why aren't you asking him, why are you making shelves for books? We hired you to be a baker.
Okay, I can't follow the analogy.
Start asking that guy. Well, I guess if the guy you hired is not doing his job, ask him, why aren't you doing your job? That's really basically. And all the decisions are really good or bad. It's like we find the money for anything except for really important stuff. But see, let's not get distracted.
Okay.
I really don't want to get into arguments with the other guys.
Okay.
My goal is to bring us together as a team for the betterment. Okay. I'm not going to go around and kick people around and say, "Hey, you're terrible." And
Sure.
I'm just saying, hey, look, this is what the people want. This is what we can do, and I'm going to do it in the open. So if they say no, they look like a special person,
right?
Like an idiot. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to, we'll have the meetings right there. We'll put a camera right there, and I'll just ask them, hey, this is what we need to do. And when they say no, You guys will see what the heck they say, and then they'll have to answer to you.
But what are you going to do when they say, well, how are you going to do it?
Is there not things in the government that you feel that you can fix, you yourself?
We've got to
take even one thing that.
We've got to take our commercial break. Please stand by. This is the final break coming up. Exonation, Rick SPICER is our special guest. And Rick is running for the Prime Minister of Canada. Visit his website. He doesn't have a website, I'm sorry. Visit his YouTube channel, Rick SPICER. And Rick and I will be back as we wrap up this hour here in the Exxon. But don't forget, Exonation, there's another hour right behind this one. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Need not apply. So I tucked my hair up under my hat and I went in to ask him why. He said, you look like a fine, upstanding young man. I think you do.
And welcome back, everyone. Sorry, I had the button pushed down. Our guest this hour, Rick SPICER. His not his website, but his YouTube channel is Rick SPICER. And he is a gentleman who lives here in St. Catharines. He's lived here in St. Catharines for, I believe, approximately 40 years or plus. He's a hard-working man. He's an inventor. He's worked as a welder, and he has worked not only here in Ontario, but I believe in other provinces out west. And he is a man who is kind of ticked off the way the government is run, the way that the government is bilking Canadians, and he's decided to do something about it. What he's
thank you for asking.
You're saying, Exxon, you're saying, Rob, what's he going to do? Well, Rick wants to become Prime Minister of Canada. And if you go to his YouTube channel, Rick SPICER, you'll find out how, who, what, when, why, and where. Rick, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. It's a great pleasure talking to you, and I must say that I'm impressed with what you want to do. Canadians.
It's really just good or bad.
Well,
that's all it is.
Yeah, I guess it is. I got a couple of quick questions.
Really all it is.
Got a couple of quick questions for you, my friend.
Certainly.
What are you going to do about the Canadian Armed Forces?
Oh, I love those guys. They really need more respect. I have an in there, and I've asked them what they actually literally need, and I plan on doing something for them. However, I need more information of what a person is allowed to do for them and all that. But I want them safer, and I want them treated properly. It's not them not being treated properly now. It's just I want them to be treated better.
Okay, how about personal income tax?
I'm sorry?
Personal income tax.
If your income's up and your costs are down, you'll be having a greater time.
Well, no, I'm talking about personal income tax here. How are you going to address that?
I will have to find out more information in regards to that specific problem. Because you can't make judgment on stuff that you have not 100% of the facts. And I believe some of the facts that we're led to believe on some of this stuff is not accurate.
Oh, I see.
So if a person does judgment on inaccurate stuff, then when I go to do it, they're like, oh, look, that guy lied. And it's just like, no, they said that they did this. They were lying. I just happen to, be the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. But it can be fixed better.
How about NAFTA?
NAFTA. I believe there should be a little bit of a readjustment of stuff in stuff.
Okay.
To say the least.
Okay, explain
All right,
that. What would you do to change
ahead.
it? How would you negotiate with the U.S. government in order to make the changes that you think are necessary?
Well, they're our brothers and sisters, and I need them to realize that. And once we can understand that we are brothers and sisters, there's aunts and uncles from both sides, all the way from Texas to Alaska, northern Alaska, pardon me, but like northern Ontario, Northwest Territories, Northern Pole. Like there's people all related. Do a DNA test. We're related. So, like, there's no reason to rob one another. Plus, if we're doing stuff fairly with them, they will treat us fairly, too.
Okay, what would you do about the Canada in the United Nations as a member of the Security Council?
And with that one in particular, I actually have to do a bit more research because what I've learned lately has really pissed me off, and I don't really want to do a judgment call on.
Rick, please
when
watch
you're
your
pissed off.
Rick, please watch your language.
I just feel that.
Rick, hello.
I apologize. I didn't know.
Rick, hello.
Sorry about that.
Please watch your language.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
sorry. I did not realize that I swore. It's just that, like, people. This is people's lives that we're talking about. This is people's lives. And people just talk about it like it's business. I apologize for swearing.
Well, so is
Just
being
that I
part of
care.
the Canadians, being part of the UN Security Council.
Yes.
It's talking about
Yes.
lives.
What do you think that they're deciding?
Deciding about what?
You said that they're not deciding about lives?
No. What I was saying is that they decide about lives. They decide
Yeah.
about
They
policy.
decide good.
Pardon?
Yes. I think that they're incorrect at this moment in time on stuff.
Why?
There's a few agreements that are in writing between the nations, and they're not being respected. So, like if we have this written policy of these contracts between our nations that are life deciding,
Okay.
then if you're not honoring your part of the contract, then I have to bring it up and we have to fix it. But if I disclose what it is right now, if you remember, if you're a police officer and you're going to go in and you're going to gather evidence in order to charge somebody with a crime, not that I am, but I just mean it as an example, you don't scream and holler, we're coming and looking for the left paper, and then we're going into the third drawer. You don't holler what you're looking for or whatever. So I don't want to discuss anymore because I want to be able to get the facts and then show the Canadian people and say, look, this is what I wish to discuss with you.
So are you saying that there are agreements that the Canadian government has made as members of the United Nations Security Council that are not being adhered to?
Yes, 100%.
Okay. All right, let's go to the next final topic, NATO. What is your outlook on NATO, and how would you further support NATO?
I sort of see the UN and NATO and all that within the same circle, to be quite honest with you. It's all deciding good or bad for the complete world.
So are you pro-NATO or against NATO? Would you pull out of NATO as a prime minister?
I don't think we're getting the facts. Rob. I think we're getting half facts, and I don't think it's fair that we are expected to do what we're expected to do to put our sons and daughters' lives in jeopardy based on false facts. And I can't guarantee which facts are false or whatever. It's just I don't think we're allowed access to the right facts. And and if you don't ask for it, you're not going to get it, right? So I just want to ask for the facts. That's all. But I, at the end of this, if you could give me about 2 minutes to say something,
Sure.
or a minute, I would really appreciate it.
Oh, I will. We've got about 3.5 minutes left before I'll give you the minute. So,
Sweet.
how would you address? How do you think that you would fare against a seasoned politician in a town hall arena?
I would say to the people this. I would stand up. I would stand beside him. I would shake his hand and wish him the best. And just say, look, I don't care if you win or not. Whoever wins got to do good for the kids. Got to do good for the country. The rest of the world counts on, we can set an example. We can do good. Pardon me, I just. But that's what I would do. And then I would stand up there and say, who's got a bunch of your money? and it wouldn't be me. So there you go.
All right, your time. I'll give you 2 minutes right now.
Okay. I just want to say, hey, thanks a lot. You treated me really good. And if you can answer this before I go, but like after I stop, is why can't we pay musicians 51% of the income off of their songs? It just seems like insane. They're doing the work. Why not? Okay. If you're a volunteer for any of the others, they're going to do what you want them to do, support them. But if they're not, come support me. I would really appreciate it. We can do this together. It just takes a team. And if you find out in the next little while, in the next week or two, that your vote, you as a volunteer, as you're working for those people, and you find out you've been working and you're about to find out your vote doesn't count, imagine you're contributing to these people. And if your vote does not count when you're giving them money, think about us. Our vote doesn't count to them at all. We're not giving them money. So please, if they're failing you, come over. Spread the word. This is my advertisement budget. I'm counting on you, the good Canadians, to spread the word. And Rob, I thought I was going to be diving into a shark pit and getting an butt chewing. Pardon me. Oops, so sorry. Getting a butt chewing. And you know what? I decided I was going to dive off the diving board anyways. If you're going to get chewed up, you got to get chewed up and toughen up and learn. And you're most respectful. I really appreciate it. I hope I don't let you down.
You know what? You don't let me down, Rick. As long as you don't let the people of Canada down, I will have done my job.
Oh, man. You the man. You the man. That's the kind of people I need on my team.
Rick, what would you like to say to the people of St. Catharines? You've got a minute.
For years, people going by me have been hollering, I love your stuff. Thank you very much. I'm sort of like local famous for my creative building stuff and all that.
Now
and,
that's all.
A lot. You guys have treated me kind.
Now that's all available on Amazon.com, isn't it?
No, I have books on Amazon.com.
Right.
If you want to read about me, it's Rick the book. It's a blue and red one. At Rick Spicer at Amazon Books, and for free, you can read about the 11 kids just on the free thing. And then there's a couple other ones I put up there. Just earn enough money to, I make $3 a book, and it's to earn enough money to buy stuff to build inventions. Great jobs. And thank you so much for being great Canadians.
Rick, I want to thank you so much for joining us. So when do you file your papers with the Elections Canada?
Well, the next week I expect a bunch of people to find out that they're really pissed at the people they're supporting. Not due to my work, due to their work.
Watch that language.
Man. I didn't realize that was a swear word. I'm so sorry.
It is.
I'm an inventor. I'm really I got my head in books and numbers and information and data all the time, not necessarily conversation.
I understand that. Rick, take care of yourself, my friend, and look forward to talking to you in the future.
Anytime, and I will learn to clean up my mouth.
Rick Spicer's been my special guest of this hour, X-Zone Nation. Take care, Rick. And if you'd like to find out... Salut, Canada. If you'd like to find out more about Rick...
hang up. Is that cool?
Yeah. Go right ahead, Rick. Oh, my gosh, what a guy. And X-Zone Nation, if you'd like to find out more about Rick Spicer, go to YouTube. His name is Rick Spicer. RICKSPICER. Well, that's it for this hour. I'll be back on the other side of the this very short break as we continue here in the X-Zone with yours truly, Rob McConnell, from our broadcast center and studios in St. Catharines, Ontario, Canada. And we're coming to you on the X-Zone Broadcast Network and on our affiliate here in St. Catharines, your hometown radio, Classic 1220. Oh, my goodness. And streaming worldwide on Classic 1220.ca. We'll be back. Don't go away.